Hey YouTube, Joe here, and doing a little something different with you today. Another passion of mine besides knives is watches. Now unfortunately I don't have as many watches as I do knives, but it's also something I collect. Now I don't have a big collection. I don't have Tag Heuers, or I dream of these watches, but I can't afford these watches. But I'll show you some of the watches I do have. Maybe I'll put a couple on video and see if I see it generates interest. I'll continue to do it. Otherwise, I'll stop and just do the couple of videos that I've done. Hopefully, this interests you if you're into watches. Tell you a little bit about them, where I got them, some stats on them. Now, this one you're seeing in front of you is it's a brand name is Renato. Let me go back a little bit. Brand name is Renato, and this particular model is called the Buzo 52. Now, Renato is an Italian-made company, and I first got introduced to Renato back in the Shop NBC days. Now, if you guys follow Shop NBC on TV, now they've changed their name, so now they're called Evine. I have no idea why they chose Evine. To me, Shop NBC is more user-friendly. But nonetheless, I've gotten a lot of watches from Shop. I'm going to say Shop NBC because if I'm mistaken, I'll try to go back and forth. But for me, it's still Shop NBC. But anyway, I've gotten a lot of watches from Shop NBC, Evine, whatever, because their prices are fairly reasonable, and they offer a payment plan, and that sometimes can help. Not sometimes, it always helps. When you're trying to buy a watch that's $300 or something like that. I think my most expensive watch is like maybe close to $400. Now this isn't by no means my favorite watch. I just happened to be wearing this one yesterday, and I figured, you know what? Let's do a video on it today. See how it goes. So a little bit about the watch. The bracelet is stainless steel. The movement is a Swiss Ronda 5040D Quartz Chronograph. Now, don't worry, in case you're wondering, you want to know more about it. I'll have all this, anything I mention in the video, I'll have it listed in my description. The crystal is mineral. It's a screw-down crown with functional pushers here and here. The bracelet measurement, obviously before it's modified, is 9 inch by length and 28 millimeter width. Now the case measurement, now if you know anything about me, well, you're going to start knowing about things about me about watches. I like a big case. I like a watch that, you can see it really well. And I'll have this on my wrist in a few minutes. I just want to show it to you like this so I can go around it. And if you hear that slopping, my dog, as usual, just happened to choose just this moment now to go and get a drink of water. But the case is 52 millimeter, hence the name, the Buzo 52. The thickness, now I hope you like thick watches. The thickness is 17 millimeters thick. The weight is a hefty, and now you'll feel this on your wrist, is a hefty 342 grams. It's water resistant up to 50 atoms or 500 meters. Or 1,650 feet if you want everyone. And this particular model, it comes in different colors. This is the orange. Now, also another thing about me, if you've seen some of my knife videos, I'm also a big orange fan, especially burnt orange. And this is more, kind of like it's not really burnt orange, it's bright. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but let me show you around. It's got a nice clasp. It's a stainless steel back. Some of my watches have the clear back. Some of my watches are different types of movements. I hope this generates interest. I hope my subscribers are into watches, or new viewers are into watches, and maybe this will generate some interest on my channel as well. Now let me show you. I'll show you more around the watch, but let me get it on the wrist. First, let's fade back. Now I got a big wrist, but even with a big wrist, I like a loose watch. Loose meaning loose, so that's how it wears on the wrist. Hopefully I'm trying to get it so that it doesn't glare. As you can see, it takes up a lot of real estate. Now, even though it is heavy, it weighs nice on the wrist. There's the chain, dual clasp. I like this way. See, the way it locks up and easily undo by doing it like that. Renato's a great company. They used to be exclusively on Shop NBC. This was back in the Jim Skelton days. Now, if you know Jim Skelton, if you've seen any of my videos, Jim Skelton does reviews of super high-end knives now, but back in the day, he was the watch guru. I mean, he was the man. I mean, I'm not saying he's not the man who come to watches now, but you know, I see him more doing knives now than he was doing watches. And I remember back in the day when he was doing watches, I wrote to him about knives. And I always said that the way Shop NBC has, where you can make payment plans on watches, they should someday have a payment plan with knives. I would love to see high-end knives that are going for $500 and $600 or $1,000, and be able to do a payment plan on that. This way, knife nuts like myself, like maybe you watching, can, you know, be able to make payments on a knife and be able to get the knife right away. Just imagine that. Imagine being able to buy a $500, $600 knife and make, you know, $60 payments on it every month and have it all right away. That would be awesome. But the only thing we get is knives that you see on TV for sale, and they're basically, you buy 100 knives for $100. And I'm not going to put that company down, but you know who I'm talking about. So, the Renato Buzo, the Renato Buzo 52. Let's get out of side view with the crown and the pushers. I got this like a couple years ago. I haven't worn it too much. I have a lot of watches that I do in my rotation, and also it's tough. Orange doesn't go with everything, you know, when you wear to work. I do have like sometimes I wear all black, and so the orange does go well with the black, and that's what I was wearing yesterday, the Johnny Cash look. So I was wearing my Buzo 52. So there you have it. Oh, this spins around as well. The bezel. It has the chronograph. Now, I'm a fan of the plainer the better. The more cleaner the watch is, less, you know, less busyness on the watch dial, I like it even better. So this has a chronograph, but I'd probably like this watch even better if it didn't. And I'm not a big fan of Roman numerals. If it's got Roman numerals, you can almost guarantee I'm not going to buy the watch. And as a matter of fact, of my watch collection, I think I only have, I have no watches with Roman numerals. But another funny thing is, a lot of my friends or co-workers tease me, oh, you have so many watches. I really only have like something like 20 watches, and I got a guy at work that's got, he can wear, he's got like maybe 5 or 6 times that, and his top watches are $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000, when meanwhile my top watch is less than $500. So I'm not the, maybe to me I'm a big watch collector, but to the average watch collector, I'm not a big watch collector. I have over 200 knives, so I'm sure I'm more of a knife collector than I am a watch collector. And I do go through stints where I don't even feel like wearing a watch, and I get teased about that, and even from my own mother, saying, hey, you got so many watches, yet you're not wearing a watch. Well, that's just the way it is. But there you have it, the Renato Buzo 52. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And this is important on this particular. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, or if you didn't enjoy it, let me know as well. Because this one's going to decide whether I continue to do, you know, videos on my other watches one at a time to show you how you, and see if hopefully it generates interest. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video.